On this channel, I generally like to review movies that people are talking about. They generate the most traffic, they get the most views, and it just makes sense, right? I'm doing a video review channel. I should review movies that people are watching. So this time I decided to watch a movie that literally nobody is talking about. But this is also the type of film that is usually right in my wheelhouse. It's got Rebecca Hall and Tim Roth, two fantastic actors who are great in basically everything, even if the movies they're in aren't so great. Um, they're usually awesome. So big fan of both of them. It tackles mature adult themes. It like talks about it's a story about like domestic violence and a woman recovering from that. Um, and it's a thriller, and I love thrillers. Your boy loves thrillers. I talk about Prisoners nonstop because I love that movie. That's like a top 5 favorite movie of mine of all time, and that's a thriller. I love movies like that. And The Fugitive. I love action thriller movies and movies that really make you think. And I should like this movie, but I don't. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, red subscribe button, notification bell, all that good stuff. That helps, promote the videos I do. So, I don't like this movie, like at all. I really do not like this movie, and I was really bummed. It got like glowing reviews from the critics. Again, it's a thriller with great actors. It's dark and moody and kind of depressing. And I normally love stuff like that. The problem is the script is trash. The story is like ludicrous, completely laughable, and the ending is terrible. Um, the movie doesn't make any sense. The character has a backstory. The main character, Maggie, has this backstory that is like super important to uh, the film. It's everything. Her backstory drives the entire narrative, and her backstory is told through. It's the best scene in the movie. It's an extremely long monologue where you don't take your eyes off the main actress, um, and that scene's great. But that's the entire backstory. All we know of this character and her story is her just talking to the camera, and none of it's and I'm not advocating for the entire movie to be shot in flashbacks and all of these callbacks to. Yeah, I'm not calling for time jumps or anything like that, but the movie just doesn't explain why I should give a rip about any of these characters. And so I don't, which is a problem, like a catastrophic one. If you want to do a thriller, you really need to get me engaged and you need me to care about the plight of the actors and the characters. And I simply don't. I couldn't be any more bored with this movie, which is a huge bummer. Apparently, it was on like this is the script blacklist, which means that like it's one of those films where people are like really dying to make the script. It's like the list of the best scripts that haven't been yet turned into films. It was on that list apparently, which doesn't make any sense to me because I don't like this movie at all, and it's terrible, and you probably shouldn't watch it. Something else I hate about it is that I don't like or empathize with any of the characters whatsoever. They're all kind of varying levels of terrible, except for Maggie's daughter. Um, and it's frustrating because the performances that they give are all gritty and really well acted. The problem is everything else. Your movie has to have a good story and script. This one doesn't. And with a thriller, you have to stick the landing. You got to finish the movie right, and you have to have a movie that's compelling. And this movie is not in any way, shape, or form compelling. The ending is dumb and cringy. And I think if I could sum it up in one sentence, this is the kind of pretentious trash that Hollywood spits out way too often. And this movie is all the way up its own ass. So yeah, Resurrection, was really looking forward to it, was excited to see it, thought it was going to be awesome, and it's not. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you liked it, you found it helpful, consider subscribing. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you think my opinion is way off base and that Resurrection is like amazing cinema and the best movie of 2022. Spoiler alert, it's not. It still sucks. And yeah, follow me on the only real social media I have is my Instagram, @RealHometownZero, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.